Greetings, beloved. It's always an honor and pleasure to speak with you. We know we are in the year of the dragon and changes around that 28 days in the first month of the year, so they say. All kinds of things have been released and manifested. Some truths of reality more known to others, whereas some truths of reality people are more or less skeptical and feel less likely to believe. Hopefully here we can bring these truths out by way of a visual expression in an old movie. And to those who are fans, await part 3. We regenerate and they replicate the Mogwai spirit.
I don't want money. I want your dog.
A very mean old woman comes into the bank, ready to kill this man's dog because she says his dog destroyed her snowman's prop in the yard. Interesting enough, a dog is a man's best friend. However, also an exoteric teaching, one that can be depicted going back to its vomit, despised but yet still loved by man and cherished by God. Because base things of the world and things which are despised has God chosen, yes, and things which are not, to bring to naught things that are. This dog she despised and wanted to choose his pet's fate as if she was made lord over it because of man's careless mistake. And things can be proven in our next scene, but she is depicted as a dragon queen. Let's see. Look at that there. So what are we seeing here? We're seeing this dragon queen with the forked serpent tongue and her raunchy, musty nails. And then we see the warrior, the man and the woman of God here. But we also see a harlot spirit down here. You see that? Right here. But wait a minute. This should remind us of this. Let's jump timelines real quick.
This lighting display, and the lights will, in essence, travel here to London.
As part of her 70 years of service, the Platinum Jubilee, for more sinister is the beacon's history. Follow me. In 1588, Philip II's navy and army joined forces led by the Duke of Parma to invade England, bringing the country under Catholic rule, and Spain to be the superior of Western Europe, so the beacons of the coast were lit to warn of the vehement enemies. We also saw another important piece, that of the DNA double helix, two strands that twist around each other to form a helix-like shape similar to a twisted ladder. Furthermore, the Holy Spirit was showing me not only a warning of invaders physically and spiritually, but also those who would invade the makeup of man, again wanting to be lords over his inheritance, in general, man and woman, life and family. So let's go to an example how this replicating an expression works.
It's me, with way better hair.
So here at University, Buster makes a clone of himself. However, but very importantly, the clone has 24 hours to shut down. If not, he turns evil. The episode is Tiny Toons, University, Tears of a Clone. My kids and I watched it. It's funny stuff. The Easterner meets Lord Clamp and Gizmo, the spirit, the sprite. How industrialism and technology has changed things over time, making new kings and merchants to become arrogant and lovers of themselves and wants to be lord, ultimately over man.
The Clamp Center is the most advanced smart building in America with the latest in security, communications, and climate control. Now, the center is just one part of Mr. Clamp's round-the-world business network, which includes construction, sports, finance, and, of course, a popular line of jams and jellies. Now, for those of you who have cable TV at home, the Clamp Cable Network is located right here in the building.
Clamp's Code of Conduct. Clamp's Cable Networks will give you a platform where you can make the rules and laws for yourselves. Your dreams can come true, and you can have whatever you want. Just let me be Lord over you.
That's an unauthorized break period, my friend. You don't work here anymore. Do we have a problem?
My man gets fired on a smoke break. Wow.
End of medical benefits. That's right.
They can see
Clean out the
everything,
desk,
folks.
1 hour.
This is what technology has come to.
Very nice, Francis.
Alert personnel, we have a career opportunity in level 7.
The owner tells Clamp's representative no. Nevertheless, he tears down his business.
Removes the last obstacle to developer Daniel Clamp's long-delayed Chinatown project. This quaint little shop, which once housed many rare objects from the Orient, must now make way for the future, Daniel Clamp style.
And Gizmo is able to escape, but not for long. He meets another fate.
Well, Lewis, it's like I've always said. If you want to find something weird, you have to go downtown.
Before going further, we must understand a few things about this cute little brown-white furry and rare creature. He is a gizmo. But what is a gizmo? You will find that a gizmo is something unspecified, forgotten, or not known. Does that remind you of somebody? Or a device or control that is very useful for a job. And you can see the term gizmo a lot from the old Inspector Gadget movies. If Gizmo was to be placed in our timeline, you, the inheritance, God's chosen, the sons of God, and saints are the ones in this time that could be the gizmo. The world wants you to be forgotten, unspecified, and unknown. However, the Lord hides his people. Particular rules must be followed if one is the handler of Gizmo. Rule number 1. Don't feed him after midnight. Just don't do it. Because the lust of the flesh, ruled by the gut, is a hot mess. Rule number 2. Don't get little buddy wet. The pride of life will have you stained on all sides for damaging his life. And rule number 3, don't expose him to sunlight because the lust of your eyes can be bigger than your stomach. Furthermore, I see the rules of Gizmo coincide and go against all that is in the world. Again, he is Gizmo, a rarity tucked away in beauty. Furthermore, if one doesn't follow the rules and you want to follow the lords of this earth, you're going to run into some grave danger and severity, producing something fallen from nature, similar to the men of God that fell and those turned into disembodied spirits. But here, they turn into gremlins, a mischief, and have the nerve to want to be sophisticated.
Talk a little bit about what's going on in this room, because I think there are some fascinating ramifications here for the future.
You see? Fascinating ramifications for the future. What is a gremlin? A mischievous folklore creature invented in the 20th century to explain malfunctions in aircraft and later in other machinery processes and their operators. So it's the gremlin that causes the malfunctions. But let us go further. A gremlin is also a Mogwai, and a Mogwai is, or the term refers to demons or malicious in Mandarin and Cantonese. Gizmo handlers not paying attention make another grave mistake. So yes, folks, the Mogwais and Gremlins are being released. Gizmo handlers don't follow the rules in Loris Clamp's scientific research group. So Gremlins are being produced.
What on earth is going on? Leave you people alone for 5 minutes, and what am I...
One gremlin is produced over vegetables, creating GMOs to destroy the vegetation.
You know how I've been working on making these tomatoes tougher for when they ship them?
That's terrific, Wally. Top notch. How do they taste?
Ah, that's the best part. We've already had calls from the chefs at 2 of the airlines.
Oh my gosh. Did somebody leave something out? Not I.
It's even my vegetable medley. What is that noise they're making?
Another gremlin is produced to dumb us down over jargon and rhetoric, a brain hormone to stimulate the wrong responses.
I trust that's not the brain hormone that creature's drinking. Good boy. Nice boy. That's a good creature. Now, let's talk this over.
Another gremlin is a bat to plague the people.
Aggressive nature. For example, that fellow over near the, I believe that's a common bat of the order Chiroptera, the only mammals, I might add, capable of claws.
As if it's a dragon or a gargoyle. Another gremlin that goes against nature is very lustful. And also another gremlin produced to be a spider to create the web. Last but definitely not the least, you know you gotta have the spider gremlin, which is definitely gonna create the web, if you know what I'm saying. Very interesting towards the end of the movie. It seems like all the gremlins were destroyed, except one last one, and that was the harlot gremlin, or the lustful gremlin. However, we're gonna go over this concept to go a little deeper into a mystery. How do we defeat the enemy? If we can't see it, how do we get back to the light? Nevertheless, understanding that Christ is the light of life of men, we have our key and our way to the door. Peace. Our next lesson of the mystery is coming up. Speak with you soon. Shalom.